what showed up here. A package, a box, if you will. I know what this box is. So I'm about a couple of weeks away from the release of my book, Murder, Mayhem, and Tombstone. This is going to be the author copies, and I get them actually before the book goes on sale on April 1st. So I want to open this up and kind of, we'll see what the book looks like. Of course, you know, when you're writing and stuff, you know what it's going to look like because I have to approve everything, right? So, but it's different when you actually see the cover of it. And I'm trying not to destroy this box because I want to use it again. Okay, there we go. Okay. There we got it. You know, one of the things, so when the original graphic, this red was, it looked a lot brighter. And so it kind of has, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but it has more of a distressed, kind of like an aged kind of a look over it, which is kind of neat. I do. I like the way I like the red. I like the way they separated the pictures out. So that's pretty cool. So anyway, just wanted to kind of, you know, give you an idea why I wrote it. I mean, it's just, you know, like why. I was watching this show on the Travel Channel about Tombstone, okay? And you know, a lot of it, they're dead on. The gunfight at the OK Corral did not actually happen at the OK Corral. It was a little bit away from it. But there was a statement that was made that said, well, if you know, other than the gunfight at the OK Corral, nothing interesting happened in Tombstone. I'm like, what? There's a whole bunch of other stuff that happened at Tombstone. I think if that statement was, maybe they messed it up, because I could say, well, if it weren't for the gunfight, Tombstone wouldn't be this tourist magnet it is. That I agree with. But anyway, I thought I would write a book about all this other stuff in Tombstone. That's kind of cool. So my book, this has 10 chapters. I'm just briefly going to go over what's in it, so kind of give you an idea. Chapter 1 is entitled "One of the Bloodiest Intersections in American History." That's about 5th and Allen Street. A lot of death within that little 30-foot radius there. The one you're going to know about, probably the best, is that's where Virgil Earp was shot with a shotgun that we lost use of one of his arms. So just talking about all the shootings and stuff happening there. It was right next to the Oriental Saloons, which is probably one of the reasons why it was so violent. Chapter 2 is Till Death Do Us Part, and that is more of the lovers killing and shooting each other kind of a thing. What's interesting is there's a higher male population than female, yet it's almost like 50-50 as far as, you know, women killing men as opposed to women, men killing women. So it's kind of different. 3, Gunfight at the OK Corral. I cannot write a book about Tombstone and not mention the gunfight at the OK Corral. But if your only knowledge of this is through watching the movie, you're going to be surprised because it's actually a little bit different in reality. For example, in the movie, Wyatt Earp did not want to become a lawman. The truth is, that's one of the first things he tried to do when he got to Tombstone. He wanted to become sheriff. It was quite a lucrative position back then. And that actually kicks off some of the stress between him and the Clantons, is that initial bid trying to get to be sheriff. Chapter 4 is Territorial Voter Fraud. That's not a new thing. It's happening back in 1881. Kind of interesting. This is more about the Cowboys who were Democrats, and they wanted a Democratic sheriff elected who's going to turn a blind eye to what they're doing. And yeah, it's a big mess. It is exposed, and I write about that. 5 was a fun chapter to write, and it was called Who Killed Johnny Ringo? This is one of the big mysteries right now. Is that some people say it's suicide. If you watch the movie, this is where Doc Holliday makes his, you know, little famous, you know, lines in that peak of the movie there. But reality is, we know it was not Doc Holliday. We know where Doc was. He was in Colorado. There's no way he could have done it. So I talk about the other suspects. I also got a hold of the coroner's report, which is really interesting to read what they actually found. So it's really kind of messed up. Number 6 is At the End of the Rope. That's just more about the hangings, the things that went on like that. 7 is the other gunfight at the OK Corral. So there's actually a real gunfight at the actual OK Corral. A lot of people don't know about it, so I thought, okay, we'll put it in the book. Number 8, or chapter 8, is What About Ike? So every story has two sides. So the side most people hear is the Earps version. This is the Clanton's version of events leading up to the gunfight. So you can read it and decide for yourself which side you want to believe. Number 9 is called Nothing But Ashes, and that's really about the fires, what caused them, what kind of damage they did. There's very little left of the town before, the 1880s that's there. I think you got the birdcage and the basement area of Big Nose Kate's Saloon. I think Shefflin Hall wasn't hit by the fire either, but other than that, everything else has pretty much been rebuilt since then, since the last fire. And then 10 is called In the Gunsmoke, and that's just all the general gunfights, death, violence, and all that kind of stuff that happened in addition to everything else. So anyway, April 1st, you can find it on Amazon. Probably be for sale in many places in Tombstone as well. So check out my website, codypolston.com. I will put a link there when it comes on sale. And I think you can actually pre-order it if you want to do that. But anyway, that's it.